Om Shruti Smriti Puranam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhatarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Beta Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Ukaro Anthakaro Vai Yukarastan Nivartakaha Anthakara Nirodhitvad Gururitya Vidhiyate Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavathi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidya Acharyaya Nachiketase Namaha. The last prayer what we chanted is a special prayer done by Shankara Bhagavad Padar, Adi Shankara, at the beginning of the Kaṭha Upaniṣad. He keep all his frustrations in front of Nachiketas and also in front of Lord Yama. So, this prayer, Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidya Acharyaya Nachiketase Namaha. This prayer, before the Bhashya, the commentary of Kaṭha Upaniṣad, Shankara marks his gratitude towards Lord Yama and Lord Nachiketas. That's why we chant when we are taking the Kaṭha Upaniṣad session anywhere. They chant this prayer which is told by Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padar in Kaṭha Upaniṣad. That's why we also chanting. Anyway, we are in the 19th shloka of the second chapter of Kaṭha Upaniṣad. First, I will read, then we will explain, or we will pick up the continuity from the last explanations. I will read. Hanta chet manyate hantum, hataha chet manyate hatam, ubhau tau na vijanitaha, nayam hantina hanyate. I will read once more. Hanta chet manyate hantum, hataha chet manyate hatam, ubhau tau na vijanitaha, nayam hantina hanyate. We already saw the meaning almost of this verse. The same verse with a slight difference is told by Lord Krishna in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I already mentioned you. For the continuity, we will rethink again the meaning of this shloka. Please always keep in the mind what Nachiketas asked as the third boon to Lord Yama. Is there any life after the death for a living being? If it is so, please explain me. If it is not there, then also you should give me the more clarity regarding this question. This was the question asked by Nachiketas as the third boon to Lord Yama. And after a lot of examination done by Lord Yama for the Nachiketas, he made a statement that Nachiketas is totally eligible to listen the secret of this question. And he started the teaching in a systematic way or traditional manner. Here, he is explaining to Nachiketas, this young boy is eagerly listening to Lord Yama. Lord Yama says, Hanta chet manyate hantu. As a human being, we perform different actions. Whatever brings in our life, in our day-to-day life, we perform different actions. For our sustenance, of course, we have to involve in different types of actions. But Lord Yama chose to say as an example of a person who is thinking that I am involved in an action of killing. That means I have become, right now I am a killer. If a person thinks, please extend this action of killing into various actions of our different parts of life. Whatever action we perform, we think that I am a doer. This is the meaning to be taken for us. If a person thinks that I am a killer and Atma is being killed by me, that means I am a doer, I involve in an action of killing, and I am a killer. Then the result of that action make me some guilt in my life. That somebody got killed by me. The killer thinks. We need to extend this verb of killing to our different actions which we do in our daily life. For example, if a person thinks, because of me, he got an happy feat in this world, that help which I have done towards him made him to grow more and more in his life. An action of helping. If a helper thinks that because of me, somebody got some help. Like this, you extend in each and every actions what you are doing in your day-to-day life. So if a person thinks that I am a killer, and another person thinks that I am getting killed by somebody, This is an error. This is what Lord Yama conveyed. This is a human error of not knowing the reality of oneself. Whatever actions we perform with our body, that actions are not to be attributed to one's own real nature. That is only pertaining to the body only. The ultimate message is that I am not this body. That is what Emma is going to convey in our teaching. Whatever actions we perform in our day-to-day life, that actions, when we perform, we are a doer. When a result comes to me, I am a receptionist. That action brings certain result to me. Then I become an enjoyer. Lord Yama says that through these words, you are neither a doer nor an enjoyer. There is no doership or enjoyership for a human being. This secret is known by the Atmajnani, a person who studies under a traditional teacher. Then he comes to know that there is no doership, there is no enjoyership on me. Because doership will attract punya or papa, virtue and vice. Some unfavorable situations are called papa. Some favorable situations are called punya. To enjoy both of this, we need body. When we take that I am this body due to an error, there is a possibility of taking again and again some births in this samsara, the birth and death circle. So Lord Yama says to Nachiketas, indirectly, as a human being, you are not a doer. Kaṭha. This is called doer. The opposite is akarta. You are an akarta. You are performing non-actions. You are free from actions. Even though the body is involved in different types of actions, you are free from all that actions. Those actions are not done by you because you are all-pervasive, all-knowing entity, what we call Brahman or Atma. At the same time, he also says that you are not a recipient. You are not receiving any kinds of fruits or results. You are abhokta. Enjoyership is not at all there. All the actions are only pertaining to the body. All the results are only pertaining to the body. You are not the body, so you are an karta, you are an abhokta. This is the message of the first two sentences. And the third sentence, Upaudhauna Vijanitaha. When a person thinks that I am a performer of action, when a person thinks that I am receiving certain results through performing the action by somebody or myself, both people are not having the idea about the truth. Ubhau tauna vijanita. They are not having the real knowledge about the truth. Ubhau tauna vijanita. Then he says the reality. Nayam hanti na hanyate. Nobody is a killer. Nobody is getting killed. Why he took the verb, the action of killing, to kill, han dadu, to kill. This is due to the prathama malla nyaya. There is a logic of the ultimate wrestler. Malla, a person who involves in wrestling. Suppose there are 100 people who are ready to wrestle each other. There is a topmost one who can defeat all 99 wrestlers. And he defeated all these people. When I come to this field of wrestling, if I defeat this wrestler, I will get the same status of defeating 100 wrestlers. If I defeat one wrestler, I will get the same status of defeating 100 wrestlers. Prathama Malla Nyaya. In Sanskrit, this is the logic. You need not to face off all these 99 wrestlers. You only need to face off one wrestler who has already defeated these 99 wrestlers. The same logic is applied in this verse. The action of killing or action of getting killed is the most serious thing in the world. Everybody get affected, afflicted. In our daily life, if we have a garden, we are a non-hurting personality. But we went walk through the garden, not knowing, I stepped upon a grasshopper or a beetle or any other insect. Then I came to know that it is dead. Then I think myself, oh, I am a killer of this beetle or I am a killer of this insect. Then I get affected. I don't even kill a small mosquito. But achanak, accidentally, it happened. Without my knowledge, I stepped upon an insect. So the action of killing make deep impact in everybody's life. And nobody wants to be non-existent in this world. That is why we are ready to cut off certain organs when they get affected by the disease. Because I want to be an existing being in this world, even though my organ can take away. this organ is infected. That infection may carry to other organs. So doctor says that if you want to live, you have to cut off this organ. We are experienced in our day-to-day life. For some people, this incident usually happens. I don't want to be a non-existing entity. I want to live in this world. I don't want to be killed in my life. And I don't want to kill somebody also. So Lord Yama takes purposefully this verb. If I give an example of killing and the killer, all other verbs, all other actions will fall under killing only. All other actions are minor when we compare to the action of killing. All other things I can get lost in my life, but I want my life. So Lord Yama purposefully take this verb of killing in order to give an example to Nachiketas. That when a person thinks that he's a performer of action, when a person thinks that he got the result of an action done by somebody, both people don't know exactly what is the truth behind the body. Atma is untouched and undivided like the space. Shankara Bhagavad Padar used to compare always with the space what we see in our day-to-day life. Space is not at all untouched by any pollution or any perfume. Even though we say this space is so much fragrance, this space have a certain smell of rotten. We say in our daily life, but in reality, the space is never touched by any fragrance or any other smell. Similarly, even the body performs certain actions towards the world. From the ultimate standpoint, when we analyze, those actions are only performed by the body due to an error, due to ignorance, due to not knowing that I am this ultimate consciousness, which is a performer of non-actions, who is performing non-actions, no actions at all. That is what we call the Naishkarmyam, absence of actions, a status of absence of actions. I am neither subject to Papa, neither subject to Punya, because I am an all-pervading entity, all-pervading entity. And I am a formless entity, free from limitations. When I say formless means, my body have different parts externally and also internal. But this Atma being formless, that is not subject to any kind of punya or papa, because you need organs outside or inside in order to enjoy the punya and the papa. So Lord Yama purposefully says that. Even in Bhashya, he says that, I will read that one single sentence. Shankara Bhagavat Padar, Adi Shankara writes commentary regarding this verse, and he writes, I will read that Sanskrit sentence. Ataha anatmajna vishayaha eva dharma dharmadi lakshanaha samsaraha na brahmajnasya. The meaning is dharma and adharma, noble actions and evil actions. Literally, I am translating certain things for your understanding. I am not comfort this dharma to translate noble actions, but for the sake of understanding. Noble actions and evil actions are the part of samsara, death and birth cycle. It means Bhagavat Padar wants to say that only a samsari, only a person who thinks I am this body can only do dharma and adharma. When you have that body notion, you perform dharma and you perform adharma. When you destroy this body notion out of the knowledge received from the traditional teacher, there is no performing of dharma and adharma. That is why Shankara Bhagavat Padar says in his commentary, dharma and adharma, noble actions and evil actions will fall under the realm of samsara, death and birth cycle. Nadu brahmajnasya. It will not fall under the realm of a brahmajnani. That means a brahmajnani, the knower of Brahman, performs no actions. I don't perform any actions because actions are presupposed by the desires. Desires are presupposed by the ignorance. When the Brahmajnani is free from all kinds of ignorance, there is no desires, so that there is no actions at all. Ajnanavashad kamaha, kamavashad karmani. That chain will go and it will make death and birth all around. So here, Lord Shankara make clear that the virtue and vice, dharma and adharma, is only meant for a person who have body notions. Oh, I have babies and I have responsibilities. Oh, I have a nephew, I have a niece. This is my husband, this is my wife. This is my dog, this is my house. I am a person who lives in the society. I have responsibilities. These are all dharmas, which is only meant for samsari. Who think I am this body is called samsari. And Shankara makes it clear only for the samsara, only for the person who is having body notion, dharma and adharma. When you don't perform any actions, there is no dharma at all, there is no adharma at all. Dharma, dharma, aditaha. He has came out of the duality which is pertaining to the samsara, the death and birth cycle. So, nayam hanti na hanyate. Neither he do any actions, nor he receive any results. Nayam hanti na hanyate. We need to take this action of killing in the Prathama Malla Nyaya logic. When the action of killing is negated, all other actions which we perform are also negated. when the action of killing is not being received by me, that means I don't receive all other results performed by different actions by myself or by somebody. Oh, I am impure now. I am pure now. I didn't take bath so that I am impure. I done a misaction. I am impure. All these actions will fall minor when we consider that killing is the major action in one's life. So, Prathama Mallanyaya, one need to extend to all the actions. I am a performer of non-actions. No actions I don't perform, no actions. I am always Atma, Brahman, who is all-knowing entity, who don't perform any kind of actions. This is what he wants to convey through this verse. Now again, he is elaborating the intrinsic nature of an individual through another verse, next verse. Remember, intrinsic nature. The body is incidental and we are going to the intrinsic nature. What is that? Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan Atma asya jantor nihita guhayam tam akratuh pashyati vita shokaha dhatu prasadat mahimanamatmanaha. Again I will read. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan Atma asya jantor nihitaha guhayam tamakratuhu pashyati vita shokaha dhatu prasadat mahimanamatmanaha. We will see in an overall explanation, then we will go to deep. Here, Lord Yama is revealing the characteristics of our intrinsic nature, or the characteristics of the Atma or Brahman. What are the characteristics? Anoraniyan. It is smaller than the smallest. Anu means atom. It can extend to particle also. He says, first we will see the literal meaning of the slogan and I will give the explanation in which way we can understand properly. Okay, first we see the literal meaning. Anoho aniyan mahato mahiyan. He is smaller than the smallest. When we say he, you don't take in a gender way. Okay, there is no gender for Brahman. That entity is the truth of this creation. That entity is the truth of my body. In order to have a superimposition, there should be something behind the body. This body is superimposed on an entity, what we call the Brahman or Atman. That entity is being explained to Nachiketas by Lord Yama by giving certain characteristics of that entity. Anoho aniya, it is smaller than the smallest. It is bigger than the biggest. Mahato mahiya. I will give you a logic so that it will be very easy to grasp the entire meaning. See, something is all pervasive. In a jewelry shop, whatever ornaments we see in the jewelry shop, all these ornaments are made of nothing but gold. Now the gold is all pervasive compared to the ornaments. Compared to the world of ornaments, this gold is all pervasive. Whether there is a tiny earring, whether it is a big earring, whether it is a nice, very thin necklace, or whether there is a thick necklace, whether it is a small nose ring, whether there is a big nose ring. When I say big nose ring means there are people who make big nose rings in their life. Some communities, some religions make big nose rings. Maybe they are not making in gold. If you go to Masai Mara in Kenya, Africa, you see the tribal people used to make bigger nose rings. We feel, while even seeing itself, we feel uncomfortable. This much bigger nose ring, how can she or he can handle? In Amazon jungles, people used to spare their nose. We have a beautiful movie, Apocalypto. See, there are people who wear bigger nose rings. And there is a science on making certain holes in the body can cure certain diseases, which is not made sure about this science. We call acupuncture, etc., whatever it may be. Piercing the ears, piercing the ear, piercing the nose, some other parts of the body can give certain relief or become a remedy for certain diseases. They say, which I don't believe because there is no scientific conclusions regarding their science. Anyway, all around the world, people used to spare their body. And we will come to our point. We see different earrings, small and big, different bangles, small and big. All these ornaments are made nothing but gold. Now the gold is all pervasive compared to the world of ornaments. Whether the tiny, whether the biggest, any ornament you take, because this gold is all pervasive, anything you take or anything you show, it's gold. So, the first sentence, what I read and gave you explanation, will fall under place. Anor Ani, it is smaller the smallest, smaller than the smallest. Means, when it is all pervasive, whatever you see as a small thing, whether it is a fly, whether it is an atom, whether it is a ladybug, whatever it may be, small things in the world which we can see with our flesh eyes. There are some other things which we cannot see with our eyes. All these things are nothing but Brahman. This is the message he wants to convey. It is smaller than the smallest, subtler than the subtlest. It is also Brahman because of this all-pervasive. The bigger than the biggest. Whatever you perceive with your eyes in this world, a big tree, a big elephant, a big star, a big sun, whatever it may be. All these things, nothing but it's all Brahman, the one single entity, which is being acknowledged by different religions, creator, Srishtikarta. Some people in some religion, this entity is being called in the name of creator. In some religion, they call the Lord who is sitting in the heaven. In some religion, they say the Lord who is in the form of a savior. Anyway, these are all partial understanding compared to this single sentence. This single sentence gives a bigger vision. Whatever you see in this world, the biggest things, that is also Brahman. Whether it is heaven, whether it is some other places, whatever things which you can see with your visible eyes, that is Brahman. Whatever things you cannot see with your eyes, subtlest, that is also nothing but Brahman. May one understand that whatever things here existing, whatever things we came to know through our scriptures, whatever things we came to know through religious books, whatever things we came to know from our past, it was existing in the form of dinosaur. It was existing in the form of volcanoes. It was existing in the form of mammoth. Whatever it may be in the past, that was also Brahman. Whatever things going to be exist in the future, that is also Brahman. The subtler, the subtlest, the bigger, the biggest, whatever you imagine in this world, everything is Brahman. Sarvam kalu idam Brahman. Everything is one and the same Brahman. When we have this knowledge, we respect each and every living being. This knowledge is missing for most of the religion. They see only the God who is sitting in the heaven is the only thing what we call Lord. This knowledge being missing, they don't respect other living beings who are also living along with us in the world. What are the smaller things are meant for our happy. So we pick them and eat them. We kill them and eat them. What are the bigger things in the world? That is also meant for the happiness of a human being. This mistaken idea made the human being completely a lethal consumer. Kill and eat everything in the world. If you can't tackle with your hands, hook them, trap them, shoot them, find a way to defeat them. Because this knowledge is not there. What Yama told to Nachiketas, Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. What are the things which are tiny, I can see with my eyes, or I can't see with my eyes. Those things are so Lord. That command respect towards them. We respect them. One of the Mahatma made a statement. All the living beings in the world are working for the social welfare of this ecosystem, except one living being, what we call human being. 100% true now. Correct? All other living beings are working for the well-being of this universe, except we people, human beings. We are the lethal consumers, eat everything, kill everything, enjoy. But this single statement, Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan, what are the tiniest creatures? What are the biggest creatures? When we say the beginning, when we say the end, we have to connect in between what are the things in this world are to be understood, are to be acknowledged as Brahman. Everything is nothing but Brahman. Oh Nachiketas. This is what he wants to say. We will continue with this verse in the coming class, in the next session. Okay? Let me stop here and we will go for the Mrityunjaya Mantra Japa. Om Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshoparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschat Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamata Purnamitam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om